shore crew and passengers. I'm happy to tell you we are just about 10 minutes to our jump point. Please remember this ship and its escort are fitted with the new Icarus jump drives. While the Icarus provides a much faster entrance and transit through the hyperlanes, they in doing so also create much more turbulence. So I'd like to remind everyone that when we start experiencing this turbulence, that it is perfectly normal. Also, I'd like to ask everyone to begin to tuck away any loose items and put lids on your drinks and secure them in holsters. Then find your seat and buckle yourself in. Of course everyone on board already knows that, but last time we did not have the pleasure of flying with little Rosalie, who because of her small size, you may want to ensure is securely buckled in. Additionally, under the 3260 Expanse Controlled Transit Act, Article 32, Section 7, Clause 2, all high-ranking officials of any nation or organisation must provide identification and reason for entry into another nation. As almost everyone aboard today is royalty and nobility, you all qualify as high-ranking in the eyes of the Council. Fortunately, because you're all going to this summit at the request of the Council, you all have pre-approved invitations. Just make sure you have them. That's all for now.
Great. Just as the baby was going to sleep and now it's crying all over again.
It is teething. All babies cry when they start teething. Or do you expect Rosalie to be quiet for the sake of your headache?
I have a headache because of all the crying. Isn't there a way to make it stop?
Look, just dip your finger in alcohol. Yes, I knew your water was vodka, which is probably the actual source of your headache, by the way, and then just rub her gums. Alcohol numbs the pain.
How in the expanse do you know that? You didn't learn that in any class.
Well, I read it in a book.
About?
Nothing. Childcare.
A book about children, how absurd. We have staff for things like that. I don't pay for nurses and nannies just to have you waste your time child-minding her.
Don't you care about anything? She's your own daughter. If anything, you should be doing this, not delegating some nanny to raise her.
A nanny is perfectly capable of raising a child, and you need to focus on more important things.
Attention all passengers, looks like we've got a field of rocks passing ahead. It'd take longer to go around it than wait it out, so we're just going to slow down our approach. New ETA is unfortunately 30 minutes.
Well then it sounds like I have time to get a drink. I'll take Rosalie since she's clearly causing you trouble right now. Yikes. You heard all that? No, I can just see on your face how much you enjoy sitting with your father. Oh, but look at you, Rosalie, aren't you the cutest thing ever, aren't you? Oh, and now you've got hair just like your brother. Can I keep her? Huh, she's totally mine. Meanie. So what's new, besides the bundle of fun you have in your arms? Yeah, me too. Is there ever anything new? You probably spend as much time as I do at home. Do you ever get to, go out for sport, or are both our families mopes who can't think of anything to do outside the same dances and balls we've done for decades? Maybe if either of us could dance, then at least it'd be somewhat decent. Actually, there is some movie from the 21st century being shown in cinemas. Apparently it was one of the classics. Yes. Whatever it is, yes. I don't care if it's one of those musicals where the people randomly broke out into song for no reason. Anything but sitting around at home learning about business practices and law. Can we buy over tickets so it's just us four? Four? And I'm not sure buying over tickets is a good idea. Well, of course Rosalie must come too. How else will she get a taste for good movies if all she gets to watch is whatever modern dribble they put on these days? And buying over tickets is the best idea. Just replace the price on them and sell them back at twice the price after we've seen the movie. That's a great idea. It's also probably completely illegal and liable to get us all in a scandal about abuse of power or wealth or whatever element that scheme is abusing. Hey Rosalie, your brother is what we call a chicken. Don't tell him that though, or he'll feel pressured into not being a wuss and do something outlandish. Oh no, that is just not fair. Now my actually good idea will sound like it only happened because of you. You only have good ideas when I'm around, so it must be true. Spill. We probably shouldn't, actually. But we're going to do it anyway, or you're totally the worst brother Rosalie could ever have in the history of worst things ever. And you're a chicken. Right, fine, whatever. I'll sort something out which involves just us four. See, Rosalie? Calling him a chicken is the easiest way to get what you want. Remember that when he doesn't want to go on a roller coaster with you.
Attention everyone, our computer has calculated a route through the field. Amazing how quick these things are getting. But that means we're about to jump, so please can everyone return to their seats, and we'll be ready to jump very soon.
You know what? Since Rosalie is obviously so much on your side, she can just sit right here next to you. So when the turbulence scares her, you can just use your irrepressible wit to keep her happy. Also, she's teething and Father has a headache, so she can't stand her right now. Good luck. Wait, how do you stop her from crying when she's teething? Dunno, sorry. If only someone hadn't called me chicken, I might have remembered. See ya.
Jump complete, and we've just transmitted everyone's identification to the council vessels. As you've probably noticed, one of them docked with us, and an official is coming aboard to perform an inspection.
Albinus Redmond, Isaac Redmond. I work for the council, and I'd like to ask you a couple of questions. Where is Rosalie Redmond? I'm terribly afraid I need all three of you together, if that's not too much bother.
That's King Albinus to you, whoever you are. Who are you to waltz in here making requests of us? What authority do you have to harass us after being expressly invited here by the council?
Here are my credentials, all in perfectly good order, and you can authenticate the ID through any council channel. And as an operative of an empowered council organisation, I assure you I have the authority of the council itself at my back.
These credentials don't tell me anything. Just a title and ID won't get anything from us, Inspector. Some unnamed shady council crook can't just interrogate us. My kingdom is still a council country, as much as we all know you wish it wasn't. So unless you have some kind of warrant from our dear council, I can have you outed on a whimsical.
The council, regrettably, did not grant me a warrant on this particular occasion. In fact, in all honesty, the council would rather I stayed my hand. But now that I am here, your cooperation would be most appreciated. While I serve the council, it is only in my goal to serve humanity, and right now the interests of humanity must take precedence over the council. So, if it is not too much hassle, go get Rosalie. Please. I'll get her, I guess. Splendid. Tea, anyone?
No. What part of the council do you work for to have the authority to impede an express invitation from the very council you work for?
Tell me, King Albinus, have you ever heard of the Prothoran crisis? Of course you have. Who hasn't, right? It being the awfully sordid affair that it was, it is hard to miss. Oh, what stories we tell our children of those cosmic horrors. The effects the crisis had on the council were astronomical. Before we beat back the blighters, our accord of unity was thoroughly ruffled, and stitching it back together came at certain costs.
And you keep the stitching together by prancing around in suits and invading private ships, and vaguely suggesting you have the power to enforce mysterious council agendas that no one knows of.
The suits used to come with bowler hats, but yes, something like that. Alright, here we go. Spiffing! Now that we've got all three of you, given that there were no known conditions, defects, illnesses, impediments, or substantial evidence in any regard to any poor condition, what caused the death of Queen Redmond? We all know that the unfortunate masses often die of many simple things, but with the technology the upper crust have available, maternal fatality is improbable. 1 in a million. Less. What? We don't know. The doctors never found out. Yes, so they told me. I'm going to give Rosalie a pill. Just a test for a little theory I have is all, and then I'll be on my way. It's perfectly harmless, I assure you. Look, here's an exact replica, and I'll swallow it or the other one at the exact same time. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Wait a second, that's not harmless, that's Ro! Get away from her, you sick bastard! You can't put that in a child's mouth! What are you trying to do? Kill her! Interesting. I thought for sure I was right. Perhaps I was mistaken. But that's impossible. Mistaken? You just tried to assassinate my sister! Someone arrest him!
Put your hands up, step back, or I put 40 rounds in your chest.
Tut tut, that's awfully unsporting. Why did you have to stand in front of such a marvellous painting?
If I don't see your hands in
Oh yes, go on then, I couldn't ruin such a fine piece. But I'm afraid I must dash my most sincere apologies. I've jumped ahead of myself here. You know how it is. You get so invigorated by your work you just can't help but get carried away. Enjoy your summit with the council. I believe the topic is about the recent shortages of food. Thought I might tell you that in some recompense for my disturbance. Ta-ta! What just happened? He just got away with attempted murder!
Welcome to the council. Not even in the highest circles do people know what truly goes on in their inner rings.
We are clear for departure and have been granted permission to use the express route to the summit location. And in future, we'll be bringing more guards for trips like this.